Hey, what's going on, guys? So my name is Ipe, and I've been making money on the internet since 2014, full-time income. And today in this video, I want to talk about the only skill that matters when it comes to making money on the internet, and that is your ability to generate traffic. That is the only skill that matters at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what product, what offer, what business, or what services you're trying to sell. You have to have an ability to generate traffic on the internet. Otherwise, you don't have an actual real business. Otherwise, you are being like a freelancer, working for some other company. And the problem with working for some other company is that you're still not a business owner. You still don't have the ability to create scalable business or leveraged income. When you work for somebody else, they can decide your pay, and they can also decide to fire you. This is why I'm not a huge fan of running social media marketing agencies, because a lot of them, they don't have the ability to generate traffic, so they have to go begging for work, cold emailing a bunch of other companies for the companies to hire them, and they offer a service almost like a subcontractor, like whether that's Facebook advertising or social media management, and you offer a service and these companies pay you on a monthly basis. But the problem with it is if you're not performing results, or the company could decide to fire you and let you go at any time, and you're back to square zero looking for more work. So you're really like almost like a freelancer, no different than people that put applications up on Upwork offering services to different people. This is a good side hustle, but it will not allow you to create the life of freedom. To create the life of freedom, you need a business that is scalable. And in order to have a scalable business, you need the skill of generating traffic. Now, let's talk about a few different ways of generating traffic on the internet. And these are the only ways that actually matter to generate traffic on the internet. First of all, to generate traffic, you have to identify where on the internet are a lot of people congregating. And those places are places like social media, that's where a lot of people are at, or YouTube, or on Google. And then there's two different ways of generating traffic in those platforms. You use either paid ads, or you generate free organic traffic by creating content. Now let's talk about paid traffic. I do not recommend paid traffic as a long-term strategy, because with paid traffic, a simple change in the offer, as oversaturation of the ad, or other people copying your ad, any one of those factors can cause an ad to not be profitable any longer. So there's constant changes that you have to make with advertising campaign. And the problem with that is you can spend a lot of money with ads. Ads are not cheap. And if a simple algorithm change can make your ad not profitable anymore, you have a business that is very volatile. And there's many instances where an ad becomes unprofitable and you have to kill a campaign, and next thing your traffic goes to zero and your business goes to zero overnight. Whether that's you run an ad for an affiliate offer or a dropshipping product, either way, it is very difficult to create sustainable long-term income unless you have a lot of money to throw around and you're a high-level marketer. But for most beginners, a paid traffic is going to be extremely difficult. There's not enough leverage that you have as a paid traffic person, and you don't have that much competitive advantage, because anybody with a credit card or debit card can put it on file and run paid traffic and compete with you. And as more people compete with you, the cost per click goes up and it becomes increasingly more difficult. So that leaves us with free traffic by creating content. This is really where you want to become a master at. And it really is in my mind, the only way to create long-term sustainable leveraged income on the internet. And the reason for that is it is free to create content on the internet, whether that's you film YouTube videos or you create a blog, or my favorite business model, which is local lead generation. You build 5 to 10 page a local lead gen site. So for example, like a plumbing site in Dayton, Ohio, these are free virtually free sites to create. A site costs like $10-15 a month to maintain for hosting fees, but that's virtually for free. And then what's amazing about free is that once you know what you're doing with content and you know how to get attention or drive that content to the top of the search engine, then you have a piece of what we call digital real estate or digital property or digital asset that you own and control that is starting to derive free traffic from the internet, and you can take that free traffic and monetize it. And what's extremely important to understand about leveraging, whether it's a website or a piece of video content, is that it compounds over time. Once you create this digital asset and you rank it in the search engine, it'll continue to generate traffic for you while you're not working. And so when you go to work the next day, you can create more and more of these digital assets all over the internet, and your traffic that you're generating on a daily basis continues to go up. Therefore, your income will continue to go up. This is what's called scalable business. This is what's called true leveraged income. And this is a business model that you're actually going to enjoy building, because every day that you go to work, you're increasing your monthly income potential. Once you understand how to create free traffic and leveraging content, you now have a business or a vehicle that allows you to continually give yourself a raise. You will see that the harder you work, you'll begin to feel this compounding effect, and you will begin to see your quality of life continue to go up and up. YouTube is extremely difficult, and it's becoming increasingly more difficult as time goes on, because more and more people are joining the platform and creating video content. But if you are very talented and passionate about making YouTube videos, there's plenty of people, especially the younger generation, are killing it with YouTube because they've obsessed over YouTube and they studied how the algorithm works, and they've gotten how to create a viral video down to a science. Now, that is a good example of having the skill to generate free traffic on the internet and how that leads to a very lucrative online business. Another way is to create a blog. Now, a blog, you have to be a really good writer, and you have to have a niche that you are an expert in, and you have to have a lot of consistency. With a blog, it's going to take at least a year and a half of consistently blogging to generate traffic. Same with YouTube. Really, it's going to take at least a year of consistent uploads to really begin to make decent income. And yeah, this is why making money on the internet is pretty difficult for most people, because most people just don't have the resiliency and the consistency to stick it out for a whole entire year to create buzz on that internet, create free traffic on that internet, which leads us to my number one recommendation for most beginner, which is local lead generation. Now, local lead generation, the reason why it doesn't take all the way up to a year to generate free traffic on the internet is that you're going into local search engines. Local search engine meaning there's 50 different niches. It could be a towing service in San Francisco. It could be tree care companies in Sacramento. It could be limousine services in Dayton, Ohio. There's easily 2,000 to 3,000 cities in the US alone that you could target. Any city over population size of 30 to 50,000 people will work, and there's easily 50 different niches that you can get into, which in each city there's only 20 to 30 companies that you're competing with. Because you're going into local, a much smaller market than YouTube, which is you're competing with YouTubers all across the world. This is why instead of taking a year, it only takes 3 months, 4 months to start generating free traffic. And you can turn that free traffic into income, passive income for yourself by selling the leads that website is going to generate. A lead is like a phone call. You can use a tracking phone number to forward that call to a local service, and you can start getting paid. Think of it as you're becoming like a Uber of a local town or local city for a roofer, a plumber, or a towing company. You're literally connecting a buyer to a service provider, which is exactly what Uber does. We're literally a Uber for all these other services, and this is why I recommend local lead generation the most. It doesn't take a whole year. You don't have to be great on camera. You can just build a simple 5-10 page website, do some SEO strategies to it, rank it to the top of Google, and start generating passive income. When I joined the program back in 2014, I was a complete beginner and I was able to quit my job 7 months into the training. I had 4 to 5 different websites ranked at the top of Google. I started generating like $3,000 a month and I was able to walk away from my job. Now, if you want more information about the local lead gen coaching program, I have a link in the description where you can find more information. In all the years, which I've been making money since 2014 on the internet, all the years I've been studying all these other online business models, I still have not found a better business model for a beginner, because most ways to try to generate traffic on the internet is very competitive. This is why you should go into local, where the competition is much, much easier. Thank you and see you on the next video.